where the message was sent on the 10th of April 2025, this year, at 17:13 in the afternoon. And Brown sent me a message saying, "My general," and I responded by saying, "Yes, sir." Towards the end of the page, "Yes, sir." And then he tried to call me. I did not take that call. And the next message it starts there, but it follows to the next page. I think it's written better on the second page, where he says, "Congratulations, you are going to save this country." I asked him, "How so?" And he says, "Standing on your ground." I immediately assume at the time, this is April, Commissioner, you will recall that on the 5th of March, I had appeared before the Portfolio Committee on Police, where I narrated the relationship between Brown and the minister, that the minister is denied knowing Brown in Parliament on record. If you so wish, you can access the YouTube and go to the records of Parliament on the 5th of March 2025, and that recording, if you get it on YouTube, is at 4 hours 26 minutes, where my presentation comes in towards the end of that sitting of the Portfolio Committee. I think I spoke for plus minus 30 minutes plus there. So where I explain not only the issue of Brown Mogotsi, but the wrong things that are happening in the organization. Where I even made reference to me reliving the experience I had in 2011. I presented it there before this Portfolio Committee. Now, I assume Portfolio Committee in Parliament are responsible for sharing this information with the Speaker, and the members of Parliament then must interrogate that. But unfortunately, that was the first and the last time I engaged with the Portfolio Committee on these matters of this serious interest. I'm aware they invited me to come back and talk to them about it. Maybe you will engage with them when you get there, because I already presented something to them, and I must go back again and repeat the same thing. But nonetheless, the minister had denied knowing this person, which later the minister had confirmed to know the person when he was having a conversation with someone under the X platform. He plans to have a meeting with the Deputy National Commissioner, General Sibia, and the Chief of Staff, Mr. Nkabinde, to discuss the finalization of Khumalo and General Mkhwanazi matters. This is a conversation they are having, the two of them. That, yes, there are two General Mkhwanazis in the police. It's myself and the one who's acting in Mpumalanga. One might conclude that maybe they are talking about the one in Mpumalanga, but it is a team of KZN that is involved with investigation in Gauteng. That's why I concluded that it's me that has been discussed here. I do not know what discussions they are having, but there is a communication that is attached, Commissioners, there and annexed to our document.
Let me assist you there, General. At page 75, it's a blue screenshot. However, we've updated your file's overleaf. Is the enlarged version of it. That would be page 75.1 for easier reading. Thank you.
Commissioners, this is available. I don't have to read everything that is there, but this is just an indication of the communication about the meetings that are in Durban. What is of an interest on these commissioners, as I read it, is that in the message that he sends is that he is in Durban and is talking about a Phoenix saga, which relates to a lady, and that was just a question mark as to what Phoenix saga is there. Which is part of what the team is investigating. There's something that was happening in Durban that he was communicating with the minister about. But in the end of that conversation, that's where he brings me, if you go towards the bottom, that's where he's talking about the employment of cybersecurity people that are supposed to assist. I do not know what his involvement with the cybersecurity, but it is there. And that's where, in the same conversation, he makes a reference to the funding. And as Gerald Kumar and team are going to come here, they're going to show you that he had facilitated the funding of the guest of the Minister of Police when they attended the ANC rally in Cape Town. There's receipts, there's proof, there's hotel accommodation, and there are many things that the team has collected that they're going to come here and display. But I was just extracting this, and I wanted to focus on the last paragraph when he says also meeting with the DNC and the Chief of Staff today in Durban for finalization of Khumalo and Jerome Mkhwanazi's matter. That drew my attention as to what is it that they are planning, what is it that they are discussing, which a conversation happened in January, as I said, of 2025. As an extract from the WhatsApp.
General, you say this is a screenshot found in Malala's phone.
That's correct.
And sent to him by Brown Mogotsi.
Yes.
So it's not found in Brown Mogotsi's phone?
No. We have not gone to Brown Mogotsi because the investigation, the team is dealing with the cases that are before them. And the cases that are before them involve Kat Malala. We have not registered any case against Brown Mogotsi. So he's not a suspect of anything. That's why you couldn't just go to him at the time and conduct a search and pick up things, because we'll be victimizing people. Why would we do that? If there's no case, we have no reason to go after him. So, but as we are picking up these things, we then see this communication. And I must indicate, Commissioners, here, if you look at the top of that screenshot, Brown Mogotsi have served the person that he was communicating to when he made a screenshot as Senzo Mchunu. It is Brown Mogotsi that I guess is going to be invited to indicate who did he save with the name Senzo Mchunu. It could be someone else. I'm not saying that he's a minister. He might have used the minister's name, but he served someone else. But I guess the evidence is going to be produced on this. We'll be able to investigate and determine who will he save as a Senzo Mchunu.
So the greeting, though, does say morning minister, but
exactly.
That does not necessarily detract from what you have just said.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that if he comes and denies that that is not Senzo Mchunu, someone else, but then if he addressed morning minister, it could be another minister that is saved as Senzo Mchunu. So as we connect the dots, this is a picture that is appearing that, okay, there's this relationship. And again, we haven't gone to Brown Mogotsi's phone, we have not gone to Minister Senzo Mchunu's phone, equally so, to check these conversations. So I think that's just about everything, Essie.
You had touched, General, on a question of funding. I just want to check, is it what's reflected at item 2 of that message? Is that what you're talking about, or are you talking about something else?
That is correct. So the conversation here that talks about the funding of 20, we really didn't know what is funding of 20, because we know the people that were funded earlier in January, they were less than 20 that went to Cape Town. The flights were booked and everything, paid off by Kat Malala.
Yes.
And so this discussion about the funding of 20, and to make a reference that this person is the one I said has a 3 billion contract with SAPS.
Yeah.
We know, I don't know whether there's a 3 billion contract somewhere. I know that Kat Malala had a contract with SAPS of 360 million rand. So I do not know what is a 3 billion
okay.
Contract is. But these are conversation screenshot that he sends to Kat Malala.
We will pick it up with another witness. Perhaps better clarity will be provided then. Is there anything else you would like to draw the Commissioner's attention to insofar as the screenshot is concerned?
Of Brown Mogotsi?
Yeah, insofar as Brown Mogotsi is...
No, Commissioners, for me, I conclude that the Minister invited this Brown Mogotsi, or he shared too much of the police things with a person who's not supposed to be part of the police. And this Brown Mogotsi seems to suggest that, from reading of everything, that he has a real influence to the Minister, or the Minister has an ear to to this Brown Mogotsi. So he's able to speak things and to the minister, for minister to believe, and he knows what's happening in the police, but not only at the minister's office. He also knows what's happening with the investigations, indication that him and General Sibiya have contacts, and he seems to have access to crime intelligence. That's why he will bring General Khan to the picture. So this is a person that we know that if he claims he went to Tanzania, he will have perhaps been a companion of General Khan. So it's a person that has wide range of access into the police, classified information, everything. So he's allowed to dictate terms in how the policing must operate. So if this team did not investigate this Gauteng drug cartel, will not have picked up these things. So the picture then becomes clear that, the lack of disbanding the team, perhaps it had to do with this. But I'm not a minister. The minister will come and conclude and explain himself. Why will he last meet with the initial commissioner on Saturday, and 3 days later he signed such a letter? That is very critical in the operations of the police, without talking to the initial commissioner directly.
Yep.
Please make me understand this. If the issue was about Gauteng, so I assume it's the GCI ops.
That's correct.
What's being disbanded is the PKTT, which, even though it operates in other areas like the Eastern Cape, for example, its focus is KwaZulu-Natal. Now, I hear nothing about, for example, the 10 members, was it 10, I think, that were sent up to assist the GCI ops. I hear nothing that says, and they must be removed from Gauteng and back to the disbanded PKTT. Now, if my thinking along those lines is correct, the question would be, if the issue is about Gauteng and the GCI ops, how does that get disrupted if what is now being disbanded is the PKTT in KwaZulu-Natal?
Commissioner, it is exactly that which triggered my involvement in this. I was minding my business in KZN as a province. I had sent members to go and assist the GCI ops. I started getting report of what's happening in the GCI ops. And I started getting myself being attacked by some journalists in the media, putting my stories out there. And I started asking questions, why are these things happening? So as I track back, and I'm getting these reports from what this team is doing in Gauteng, and I started connecting the dots, and the picture started emerging. They invited me into this thing, commissioners. Had they left KZN with a team like that and dealt with the GCI ops, perhaps I wouldn't be sitting here today. But they invited me into the picture because we are disbanding something that's operating in KZN. That is where I'm responsible for. And you're not giving me the reasons. And I'm trying to reach out to find out what is the reason, and I'm not getting answers. So I keep having that question mark as to why, what made you sign this letter? Why are you disbanding this team? Why is it bothering you? And then when I hear what they are doing, those ones in Gauteng, then the confirmation is that it's a missed target. They were worried about the people carrying the dockets in Gauteng. And this country owes the two sergeants, very junior members, who started this fire in Gauteng. They don't sleep at home to date. Their families are disrupted. They started this fire in Gauteng. And Khumalo took a responsibility of protecting them with a team from KZN. I suspect that the people that wanted to deal with this too, they could not access them because there was this KZN squad around them. So in thinking that they're seeing the KZN squad, they assume that it is the political killings task team that is running this operation. So to disband the team, you'll see the messages, the instructions of General Sibiya's letter says, shut down members must go back to their units and get every file, every evidence that is in that file. Bring it here. So the interest was on stopping the investigation and the people that they see in their face is the political taking task team, the 10. They are not aware of a GCI ops. The people that bring the GCI ops into the surface are people within crime intelligence, because the GCI ops operates at crime intelligence. It's a counterintelligence operation. I had said earlier, General Khan was acting there and was moved. So this operation is running without him part of it. So it is people from crime intelligence that knows about the operation, that only brings it to the fore. But before the letter, those that maybe influence the minister, they thought it is a political task team. That's why with us having displayed the performance of the team, the merit has experts of this world, academias, who took an opportunity to talk bad about the team, being influenced by people, will come to this forum and explain where did they get this information from. If the performance is like this, and you are writing this correspondence of saying this team is still a squad, fighting squad, and so forth.
So do I understand you to be saying this, General? There were no instructions at the time of disbandment and even at the time of General Sibia's letter that related to the GCI ops and the 10 officers from KZN who had gone up to Gauteng to assist. No instructions at all related specifically to the GCI ops and to the 10 who had gone up to assist.
Chair, if I may, before the witness responds, General Mkhwanazi referenced letters where he spoke of the instruction to bring all investigations and what happens to all members of the task team. May I be permitted to direct him to the documents?
May I get that more directly, please?
Okay.
Because the broad statement that all members must go, it could only have been to those who are on the ground servicing the PKTT as such, and not those that may have left KZN and were, in a sense, not really servicing the PKTT. So,
Chair, I think what we should do...
I'm not countering what you are saying. I just
because it all depends on the wording. It could very well be those who are members of PKTT go back to their respective stations wherever they are located at the time.
Let's get clarity from the
Now,
General.
General, if you go to, please go to Annexure MK10. That would start at your page 187. And at the same time, if you could have regard to the second part of MK10, starting at page 190. Those are the two letters you have included, signed by General Sibia. If you have located them, please start at page 188. In, I think what you reference in terms of investigations and records is at paragraph 5 and its sub-paragraphs. Then the second letter is the one at 190 is the one that speaks to what must happen to PKTT members.
Okay, Commissioners, this letter is annexed. It's dated the 4th of February, 2025. It is authored by Deputy National Commissioner, Lieutenant General Sibia. He addressed this thing to the Divisional Commissioner, Detectives and Forensic Service. Paragraph 5 reads as follows, I quote, "In compliance with the aforementioned directive of the Minister of Police, you are directed to engage with the Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence with a view to do a proper handing over and to follow all processes necessary to conduct a handing over process. This includes, but not limited to, 5.1, a status report of all cases. 5.2, a case register wherein all the cases were recorded and current status of court-going cases and cases under investigation. 5.3, all cases or projects, documentation relevant to the political killings task team. This should include all evidential material, documents, electronic recordings, etc. It must be booked into the SCP-13 or in possession of the team or stored in any storage facility. 5.4, all human and physical resources are located, listed, as well as report on all financial expenditure for the duration of the operation of the task team.
Then we go to the second letter, that one starts at page 190. And in perhaps in particular, you might want to regard to paragraph 3 thereof. I apologize.
Please repeat what
It's
you
because
said.
I knock it and then it distorts the sound. I was referring you, General, to the letter starting at page 190. Still
Yes.
part of MK10. And I was saying to the point, perhaps you might want to have regard to paragraph 3 thereof.
This is a letter that was written by Jarosbia on the 22nd of April 2025. It is addressed to the Divisional Commissioner Crime Intelligence as well as Divisional Commissioner Detectives and Forensic.